Okay, I'm going to show you a hack here, how to convert a MoJo, baby MoJo from a 4 AA batteries, throw this away by the way, to a UB64-5 battery. Then I'm going to show you how I foam this thing to hold the battery. It's slick. Watch this thing. I'll try to make it quick. It's pretty easy. First of all, you're going to need 4 of these. Pretty common. I pull the blue insulator sleeve off of it like that when I solder it. Pull this off. Obviously, go ahead and clip these off. I'm going to strip these. I'm going to use these heat shrinks right here. Slip it over the wire, get it way down away from the heat source. Strip this, and I'm going to solder that on there. I'm not going to make you watch me do that. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, I got it soldered right here. Make sure you use these shrink wraps, because now look how nice and firm that is. So that part's never going to come off, because you're going to be unplugging this and plugging it in all the darn time. So got to use that shrink wrap. It's going to look like this. And now what we're going to do next is we're going to get this so it mounts inside of here, but I'm going to show you that with foam. So I'm going to wrap a sock around this. I'm going to secure it in here, and then I'm going to shoot foam, expanding foam on both sides, and it's going to give me a nice little holder for the battery. You're going to like this. Then we can use these batteries, charge them up every day. They last longer. They're easier to maintain. This is the way to go, guys. Okay, so here we are. We've got the wires clipped, and we put these connectors on it that are going to connect directly to this battery. And you're going to like this hack, because it's going to let us use this rechargeable battery. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to foam around it. Okay, then the foam is going to cure, and I'm going to have a nice little pocket to slip this. Won't jiggle around, it won't make any noise. It's awesome. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to tape these wires away, because you don't want them to get in that foam. If anything gets in that foam, you're kind of SOL. So I just use this to tape that. Next thing you do is you take this is just a little bit of 1/2-inch PEX. And I'm going to cover the shaft. That shaft, you can't get foam on that shaft. So I'm going to stick that in here, and then I'm going to stick this one in here, and that's just going to cover the shaft. Okay, that's just going to cover the shaft. And just as a precautionary, I'm just going to tape that just to hold those little PEX pieces in, so the foam doesn't get on the shaft. All right, so now what I do is I take this battery, and I can't just foam around the battery because I can't get the battery out. So I take a sock, and let me just tell you, you're going to ruin this sock. So if I were you, I'd go to your wife's drawer. She'll never know. Just sneak into your wife's drawer, grab a sock, grab an old pair of socks. She'll never miss them. She's got 1,000 pairs in there. Okay, so this happens to be one of my kids' socks, and they'll never know, right? Okay, so now I'm going to set this in here. You can kind of start to see what I'm doing. I'm going to set this in here, but you gotta be able to keep this at the right angle. So I cut a small piece of cardboard, and I'm just going to make a small little support in there. Okay, so incidentally, make sure your legs are installed first too, so the foam doesn't go out those holes. So you can kind of see, I'm going to center up this battery. All right. I'm going to center up the battery. I got a little bit of support there, and then now I'm going to foam around, on top, and underneath, and then I'm just going to let that foam cure. All right, pretty good. I just used some cheapo, buy it on sale at Menards or whatever, and we're ready to foam. So make sure you read the directions on this. Shake it really well. And now I got it pretty even. I got it where I want it. I got it on the little support, and now I'm going to start to foam this a little bit, okay? Doesn't take much. You're going to use just a little. You're going to throw away a lot of this. You're going to throw away a lot of this can. The can's only $3 or $4, so. Just get it down in there. This stuff expands. You may have to cut it. Okay, you can kind of start to see what I'm doing here. Alright, so now, I know it looks kind of messy, but this stuff will cure, and we're going to have a great little pocket here. Okay, so that's what we have right there, and we're going to let it dry, and then we're going to come back tomorrow, and I'm going to show you what we have, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, so you can see the foam is dry, and it's kind of a mess. Don't worry, we're just going to cut some of the foam away. Got to be careful not to hit the wires. So I'm going to take off the, well, we can wait on that, but yeah, I'll take off the, remember that PEX. So you can see now it spins freely. See, it spins freely, so we didn't, but it's okay, the foam's there, but it didn't get up on the shaft. And then let's just keep this taped, and I'm going to slowly just kind of cut away some of the foam. Again, I'm not too worried about how pretty it looks. You can kind of clean it up later. Got to be careful not to cut that wire though. So just take this away and okay, so here's the reveal. Okay, so you got to kind of reach in there and pull the battery out, leave the sock. It's a little tricky, but you can do it, and you pull the battery out, okay? Now we have the sock left. Well, now the sock will peel off from that foam really easy. You can hear it kind of ripping. Okay, so that's why I told you to use your wife's sock, because this sock's going to go in the garbage. Make sure she doesn't see it in the garbage. I'd use your trash can inside the... Okay, so now we have a nice little pocket. We got the battery now will slide right in there nicely. It'll stay in there nicely. It won't rattle around. And boom. There, my friends. We can hook up the red and the black wires. And I'm not going to do that. And then boom. There you have it. Customized MoJo. Let me tell you something. We do a lot of field hunting. I use a dozen of these devils. They're on sale right now at Cabela's for like $100 for a pair of them. You can't beat them. You know, I don't use remotes. I just leave them run all the time. I have great luck with that. That on and off is a pain in the rear. I don't like the remotes. Just more complications. You can get these things for $100 for a pair. You can modify them and run these nice batteries on them, and you're golden. So I hope this helps. Kill some ducks. Have fun. Thank you.